Hello, big Biathlon fan here. Got this new channel called Biathlon, in which I want to just review the results and analyze them. So here we go. First, first stage, massive one in Östersund. Hope I pronounced that right. In Sweden, and you got the relays, single mixed relays, women's individual sprint and pursuit, pretty much the whole gamut except for the mass start, which is my favorite race, but we'll have that later. And the first race was the women's relay, so no surprises here. As we can see, France won. No surprises in terms of the winner, because Italy is kind of a surprise given that they only have two um, top top biathletes. That is Wearer, former two-time world champion, I believe. I mean, not world champion, World Cup winner, and Vitozzi, one-time World Cup winner 2 years ago. And yeah, the other two are not as established. I would say the third place was also a surprise. Sweden didn't do too well in the beginning. We have a lot of misses here, but there was no Elvira Oberg. For a moment there, I thought maybe she's injured or something, but she just didn't participate in this event. Austria, another surprise. Someone, I think it's Germany, very low, and Norway even lower. So those were the two mishaps. I mean, Germany, they have been doing too well in the last few years, so it's not that much of a surprise. But Norway, yeah, Thunderbolts, she's a hit and miss. Sometimes she looks like a world beater, other times she just misses so much. Yes, and France, of course, very strong with Jean Monod, who dramatically lost last year's World Cup, but he looked very determined here. Looked almost scary, like the Terminator out for vengeance after what happened last year, where she fell to lose the World Cup. Reza Boucher, she's my favorite, but she did well here. But yeah, we'll see if she can get the shooting down. Michelon was last year's my surprise, my favorite surprise last year, because she was very fast. I mean, she sometimes skied on par with Breza Boucher, but I should talk more about this stuff for the individual races, not the relays. And let's switch to the men's. Yeah, the Norwegians, despite having lost their the Bow brothers, still keep winning, and we'll see in the individual races as well. They're just unstoppable. Olda, Fry, Legrid, Christensen, and they won without their Top Gun right now. We'll see just a bit later. France, of course, won second place. Fillon Maillet looks encouraging, though he doesn't have the same speed or shooting accuracy as he did. I think a couple years ago when he won the World Cup. Jacqueline, he tries, but he's not as fast as he used to be, and the shooting is still not there. Bill, who shot better last year, and yeah, Sweden, of course, thanks to Samuelsson, they can get a good result. Germany looks a little better this year. We'll see if they can stick their noses more in the top three. United States, that's a surprise. Italy, they have Giacomelli, but the Hofer, he doesn't really shoot well, and he's not as fast as he used to be. All right, let's switch to the single mixed relay. This is where Sweden just pleased their home audience with Samuelsson and Halvorsen. She did well despite the other races. She didn't do so well, but here she did well. Samuelsson just stellar, and yeah, they won this race. Lagride and Turkide did well as well. 19 seconds down. Interesting. And France could not get higher than the bronze medal, but they didn't have the best lineup. Fabian-Clos and Benet, although Benet, she looks solid in her shooting, not so fast though. Fabian-Clos, not so much. Germany, these two are, I think, they're both newbies, so I don't know much about them. Their veteran, I believe, is Simone Eder, if I recall correctly, and Tessa Heuser, who looks in form this year. And on and on. Italy, very low in this race. Mixed relay. I thought it wasn't going to load there for a second. Jacqueline, Perrault, Beza Boucher, Jean Monod. No Fillon-Maillet, but they still won. Jacqueline missed. Il a manqué 3 fois. Missed 3 times. Italy got the second place here, but of course they have their 2 aces, Birra and Vitozzi, and Giacomelli. They could have even won, but Giacomelli didn't do so well, and Birra did better in the other races. Norway, here he is, Botten, their ace, as we'll see just a bit later. Thunderbolt missed, but I think, yeah, if I recall correctly, they were first, but because Thunderbolt missed, they ended up finishing third. So Sweden without Samuelsson, they didn't do so well. Germany with Hettich Waltz, who returned after a year off. I think it was because she gave birth. Fellow shooting well. Yeah, I'll move on to the individual race, and this is where it gets interesting. I watch, of course, the relays, but not as excitingly as the individual races. And by that, I don't mean the discipline individual, but the single races where they're not in teams. So this is the biggest surprise. Vera, she won with two misses. I was so happy for her. I used to root for her, but then she wasn't performing as well. But it's kind of like she saved up her her performance. I would say maybe last 2 years she just went through the motions just to focus on this last Olympic year, which is in her home country. So she looked strong in the beginning of this season. This was a surprise. I don't know. I don't even know who she is. She's very young, obviously. And another surprise, I talked about her a bit earlier. Only one miss. She wasn't that slow. And Jamono, who didn't look as scary as she did in the relay races. Anna Oberg, who skied very fast in this race. Another surprise here, the Belgian Elvira. She skied slower than her sister. For a moment there, I thought she recouped the ski speed that just propelled her to fight with Tyrell Eckhoff a few years ago when she came to the scene. Magnussen did well, but she'll be even more of a surprise in the sprint. Vitozzi almost skied as fast as Elvira Oberg, so not so bad. Let's see. Who actually skied the fastest? Of course, Lampage. She still hasn't managed to improve her shooting, at least at the start of this season. What is this? Carrara skied second fastest. I didn't even realize that was the case. So yeah, what happened here? Actually, Elvira did ski faster than Hannah, but maybe, yeah, this is a bit confusing because um, I tend to just do the math in my head, and but sometimes, and then I call, not in this race because it's a minute added to the time, but in the other races where they do the loops, and I just said 25 seconds or a bit less in my head, but sometimes they spend a lot more time in the range. So Elvira did shoot very slowly, so that's why the discrepancy from the results, as you can see, same amount of misses. And her sister, 15, 16 seconds faster, but she wasn't faster on the track. That's interesting. Steinheimer, this is a newbie. Oh my goodness, she had 9 misses, but she was very fast. So yeah, Jean Monod wasn't faster than. She was faster than I expected actually. Maybe she also spent more time on in the range, though she's quite clinical on the range. Not so much this start of the season though. Vitozzi, I would say, while watching the race, I thought she was faster, but I guess maybe she spent much time in the race as well, in the range. I could watch this actually. Look at this. The Vera, she just let the machine gun fire off, and that's why she's the fastest. Doesn't always work out for her, but it did in this race. I was so happy for her. Okay, yeah. Let's go back to the course time. Yes.
Don't count her out.
So Brisa Boucher, she was not that fast. Maybe she, after the misses, she just gave up. Yeah. I was hoping she'd make me happy this year, but doesn't seem like she's able to shoot well. Yeah, so it's the range time. I was gonna say that wow, Vera surprised me with the ski speed, but it was actually the range time that made the difference. She spent very little time. She just fired the machine gun. Any other thing worth mentioning here? Price very slow. Yeah, and she missed a lot, so doesn't look like she'll be able to repeat last year's feat. She is 31 now. It's interesting that women tend to peak later than men. So Vitozzi also she did it at 28. Rizabusha is only 29. So wow, we'll see. Okay, Carrara. How did she end up with the second best range course time? That's interesting. Thunderbolt, of course, fast. Yeah, and Jean Monod was faster than I thought, actually. Okay, is there anything else worth mentioning here? Michelin didn't do that great of a job, so we'll see if she confirms last year's good year. All right, let's move to the men's. Here he is, Botten. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but look at this, man. He speed by the looks of it, he skied as fast as Samuelson. Samuelson, in the last couple of years, he always was the fastest at the beginning of the year. So he would just crush everybody in ski speed. But then he would slow down a bit. I mean, uh, I don't know if it's because he peaks earlier. It's just maybe there's more snow in Sweden, so he trains earlier on the snow, and then he gets tired as the season rolls on. But yeah, he's usually in the last couple, this third year now, he's been the fastest on the skis. Ligerud though was very slow. He would make up for it in the sprint. He got he found another gear, but he was very slow. I mean, look at this, more than 1 minute slower. Jacomel was decent, but I should actually watch the analysis first before I say something silly because range time counts. Yeah, he was actually faster than Samuelson. So this guy just out of nowhere, from what I understood, he was in the other league, IBU, I think it's called. Last year, he just there's so many Norwegians, maybe he just didn't have room. Yeah, he skied faster than Samuelson. That's amazing. And this guy is a surprise horn. He did miss twice, but yeah, I saw an interview with him and he just said he proved that he can keep up with the fast guys and that he did. Ponsiloma not so fast. He will be faster in the sprint. Of course, the shooting nowhere near where it should be. Campbell Ride seems fast this year as well. Fillon-Maillet, pas très rapide, not very fast this year. Well, let's see if he improves. When he won the World Cup, he used to run as fast sometimes as Johannes Bo. So interesting stuff. Anyone who's maybe lower down the list, but yeah, Laigret, he was very slow. Hofer, not as fast as he used to be when he was younger. He's 36 now. This guy was fast too. Yeah, so the Norwegians, they do not miss the Bow brothers in in the sense that they have enough talents even now to just completely occupy, not completely, but almost completely occupy the top 10. Not so much for the women's, but the men's, they keep dominating. Let's go back to the results. Big surprise, but we'll see how it all unfolds. I would have said that Samuelson and Lagerlöf are the two favorites. Maybe Lagerlöf a bit more since he did finish twice, I think, on second place last 2 years. Maybe, I'm not so sure actually. Uh, we'll have to double check that for future reference. But we'll see how it unfolds. And we move to the women's sprint. And this was a huge surprise. As you can see, I think this was this woman's first win, first World Cup win at 30. That's amazing. And she was very fast on the skis, so she is Finn. So let us know there. Um, obviously, man, as the Scandinavians have tend to have faster ski speed because of their being in the north more. So they have more snow throughout the year. Elvira not as fast as she used to be though. Let's see if she improves. Yeah, I mean she skied faster than Cyril Ekhoff when she popped on the scene. Then, but the shooting wasn't there, so I felt maybe she slowed down because she wanted to have more wanted to be less tired for the shooting, or maybe she just gets older and she's not as springy as uh, she was when she was younger. But I'm not looking at the ski speed now. She did have one miss and almost got the top three. Yeah, this Jean Monod, she did have one miss. She didn't ski very fast. Itotsi with two misses. Let's see the ski speed. Lampic, of course. Brezabu, she was second, but four misses. So she didn't lose the ski speed. That's encouraging, I guess. So yeah, the winner was third. Thunderbolt, very fast again. Carrara, what is this, man? This is interesting. If she can learn to shoot better, man. Anna Oberg, so she was faster than her sister in this race. Vitozzi pretty fast. Magnussen, she surprised me, man. She shot clear, but she's not very tall, mind you. So when I saw her time, I mean, I was blown away. Look at this. She's on par with Elvira Oberg. So Michelin. So this girl was she was as fast as Reza Bouget, sometimes even faster last year. So let's see if she delivers again this year. Of course, the shooting will have to be better, but it was in this race. So interesting. Davidova not so slow. She she sometimes has good results, but I would say she's not very consistent. Let's see as she grows older if the consistency will come. Heuser, she seems faster than in previous years. Of course, she's a good shooter. She's always been a good shooter, so we'll see how how that goes. Anything else worth mentioning? Vera, yes, she had very good ski speed, on par with Elvira Oberg as well. She did miss twice again, which in the sprint matters more, but pretty good position despite those misses. Wow, she's so fast, Vantage, so fast. Okay, where is Jean Monod? She was slower in this race, so that's interesting. Steinheimer again fast, the newbie. Look at it, this she's 20. It's crazy. So one to look out for in the future. She might be an early bloomer. I mean, who knows? Maybe she'll be the one who delivers for the Germans after they haven't had many champions in these last few years. They did win world championships a couple of times, I think, but not the World Cup, no near the top three in the World Cup. Let's go back to the results. All right. So yeah, Minkinen, crazy win. Where is Vera? She's pretty low here. 1 minute down, but she missed twice. Jean Monod. Okay. I don't know who this girl is. Can't recall if she had been around last year or not. 0 misses. Bene again with a clear shoot, so this girl, she can shoot. Interesting. And if I look for Brzabouche, she's way down the list. At least she qualified for the pursuit, but yeah, not a great start of the season. Let's move to the men's sprint. So here he is, double win. That's incredible. Okay, Fionmaye did well. Could not ski as fast as the other two, the Norwegians, but nice to see him. He's not out of the game yet, so he might have another word to say. Lightweight hasn't looked like the sharpshooter that he was in the last seasons, where he was the one to challenge Johannes Dingesbo because of his shooting, and he used to be fast sometimes, especially in the first season when he barely lost to Johannes Dingesbo in the World Cup. So he can he can sometimes ski very fast. He learned his lesson from an individual where he was very slow, and look at this, he was basically on par with Botten, so skied as fast. Same as Samuelsson, the two favorites. Christensen, he looked, I think, at an intermediary checkpoint, he looked so fast, but then couldn't keep it up, I guess. This other Norwegian who's kind of a newbie, a surprise, although he's 27, so that's interesting. Jacomel confirms that he's been making progress. Last year he did stick his nose among the top guys. He still needs to get more races where he clears all the targets. Pero Lightweight hasn't shot as well as last year thus far. So I don't know who this guy is. Let's see if we'll see him again in the top. So what do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 5 Norwegians in the top 10. It's crazy. And first German is Navrat Horn. This is the guy I'm more interested in. So basically his speed. Let's see the ski speed. Ponsiloma was fastest this time. Interesting. Botten again wasn't fastest but was second. Faster, 10 seconds faster than Samuelson and Lightweight. The Lightweight did improve, but yeah, it's interesting that Botten is the fastest one. It's crazy. Fiume, 20 seconds. That's not so bad. And this old owl, this guy, this is a young Norwegian, another one. Hasn't looked as stellar as Botten, but could he be a contender too? Interesting. Jacomel fast enough. Pero hasn't shot as well, but looks like he's improved his ski speed, so we'll see how that balances out. Christiansen, yeah. Hofer wasn't that slow. Jacques Lando, when he popped on the scene, he used to be as fast as Johannes Tingesbold because he's like somewhat taller, but I don't know, he hasn't been as ambitious in terms of his ski speed as he was in the beginning, and because he doesn't shoot that well, maybe he just doesn't try hard enough. I don't know. He tries to shoot very fast, but it's too fast. It just doesn't work yet. Maybe it will. Maybe he will end up like Vitor, making the difference in the range with the fast shooting and the accuracy. This is another Norwegian, very young, so yeah, so Horn was pretty fast. So we're looking at a couple of German. This guy's not so young though. Interesting. Go back to the results. Right, and the last two pursuit races. The women's was won by none other than Lisa Hauser. Hauser. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Yeah, she was incredible. I mean, the last couple of apparently she hasn't won since 2023, and the last couple of seasons she's been quite slow on the skis, but this time she just pursuit. She made the pursuit against Winkinen, and I think she was like 10 seconds behind and managed to overtake her and win the race. It was incredible. Magnussen confirmed the sprint, so she was very, very fast again. One miss. Camille Benet. I wonder if Camille Benet has missed. Did she compete in the relays, maybe in the single mixed. Yeah, she did have a miss here. I thought maybe she hadn't missed the hole. Maybe in individual races. I don't think she missed in the individual races. So where is she? France. Can't find her. Can't see her. Oh, she's third. Of course, she did have one miss. So yeah, I was no. Back to the pursuits, and yeah, clean sheet for Benet Kirkaide Shalvatova. This is, I mean, I know her name. She hasn't been in the top in the last few seasons, but this start of the new season, I keep seeing her. She's 32, a Czech. Interesting. Alvarsson. This one popped on the scene last year, and she is confirming that she's a good biathlete. Ocean Michonon, with 4 misses, despite the 4 misses, she still managed to get to the top 10. Hannah Oberg, Hannah and Breza Boucher. Like I said, Breza Boucher is my favorite. And just as I was about to give up on her, she delivers this. Not as strong as Hannah Oberg, but they both recovered so much. In the sprint, they barely qualified for the pursuit. I can find them. Yeah, 47. And Hannah Oberg, she was next to last to qualify. That's incredible. On that note, let's switch to the running times, key times. Yeah, she was first with Boucher. So how did Anna Oberg get before her in the results? Yeah, it's because Breza Boucher has been shooting very slowly this year. I think she tried to pick up a new strategy to miss less than last year. It hasn't really worked out. At least she just missed 2 of this race. Lampich was basically on the same time, but she did miss 5 times. Jean Monod was pretty fast. So yeah, she did not deliver. She did not race as well as I thought she would. 4 misses, that's very atypical for her. Danheimer, she threw it all away. By that I mean the good result in the sprint did not come to fruition for a good pursuit. Ranking as well. 5 misses. She missed 3 in her last, I think. Etish Waltz. She's kind of fast too. Only 2 misses. Elvira Oberg, not among the fastest, but she got a good result despite the 2 misses in the top 10. Interesting. Itotsi just 11. Oh, this is Hannah Oberg. Wait, Elvira Oberg is way down. 4 misses. Yeah, that's a lot. I think she might have given up there. I mean, in terms of ski speed. After 4 misses, maybe she didn't push as hard in the end. Davidova, not bad in terms of ski speed. Semi-Shalom, she used to be, I think it was her that surprised me last year, being almost as fast as Biathlon, but not this year. So maybe it'll be interesting to see if they pick up form, because the first stage does not reflect the rest of the season usually, from what I've noticed, um, in terms of ski speed. So some athletes peak early, and maybe also uh, the home. I'm trying to find Magnussen. Where is Magnussen? She's way below. She was not fast actually. Vitozzi, neither. Where is Vera? Vera, 1 minute down. That's decent. But she might also have lessened the pace in the end there after 3 misses, like Elvira. Hauser wasn't very fast. So where was Wilminkinen? Interesting. Hauser must have, she must have shot very quickly. I'm actually curious to see the range time this time. And Albert, that's why she recovered so much. She shot very fast. Vitozzi also shot fast. Michelon, that's why she's got the top 10, even with 4 misses. Yeah, this is interesting. Where is Vera? Oh, she wasn't that fast actually. Yeah, so these results are all over the place. It changes from one race to the next. It's not clear at all. Some biathletes were fast in individuals. Others were fast in the sprint. Others were fast in the pursuit. So it's pretty open right now. The shooting hasn't fit the pattern that we saw last year, except for maybe, I don't know, Elvira Auberg, who is not the best shooter, not the worst. She did improve last year. So I don't know, and maybe a few others. I'm curious if Vera can shoot better with that machine gun fast shooting. It didn't work out for her today. Yeah, by today I mean didn't work out for her this last race of the stage, this pursuits. This girl, I don't know who she is. I've never seen her before. She must be new. She's fairly young. This girl, Vanessa Vogt, maybe, I don't know. She was quite a sharpshooter last few years. The ski speed wasn't there, but so in the first few races I was surprised that she didn't shoot very well, but now she did in this pursuit. Range time, where is she? Can I find her? I'll have to resort to Control F again. Yeah, she's very low, very low. So basically like last year then. This one is new to me. So this is the range time way. What am I doing? Course time. Let's look for it again. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Interesting. So let's go back to the results. Anything else I need to mention? I don't know. Jean Monod pretty low despite the four misses. Okay. And the men's pursuits, I was so happy. I'm still smiling because Fiumaye won. Very interesting. He skied faster than Button this time. So did Samuelson. At least I imagine they did because they have the same targets. Maybe also the range time factors in. Pero after first couple of races weren't very good. He did pretty well here. Happy for Jack Camel for fourth. Campbell Wright with a clean sheet after he missed a bunch in I think it was in the sprint. Yeah, he did recover a lot. Crazy. Christensen, same as always, good but not great. Liegrid, like I said, he hasn't been the sharpshooter he's been the last two seasons, or three, four maybe. Yeah, interesting. Let's see if he'll be able to get back into that shooting form. Okay, this guy ended up missing a lot. And he was second in the sprint, I think. Yes. And Hofer did well, surprisingly. Simon Eder with just one miss. That's that's um, as usual. He's a very good shooter. I wonder why he's 42 now. That's crazy. Still competing at the highest level. Jacques Klein only three misses. I say only because I usually expect him to miss more. Who else do I need to mention? Samuelson, of course. He beat Button in the sprint. It was amazing. He just, like I said, he's always very good at the beginning of the season. Then he kind of slows down. I don't know if because, I mean, in the last 2 or 3 seasons, the results didn't really pan out as the season went on. So maybe he just doesn't try as hard. But in the first few races, he's super fast. But I should also mention that this was his home race, so maybe that counts for something. Maybe if he knows the track, he knows the all the curves and the loop and everything, even the weather. Maybe that also matters. I don't know. Uh, but I think he just peaks early, or who knows? Maybe since he's 28 now, he's gathered enough strength to sustain it for the rest of the season. He's 28 already. I expected him to be younger. So yeah, Jeremiah is 33, so not too old. I would say he's still he still has one last word to say. Who knows? Maybe next season too. So I think he's looking good for the Olympics. At least he's also he knows how to win those big events. He kind of like upgrades his form when he's at the World Championships or at the Olympics. I mean, last year he didn't have a good year, but he still won like a race or two or a medal or two in the World Champs. Yeah, so Giacomo, let's see the Loma. He's, he seems to be doing better. Still missing a lot, but better. That's the weather. He seems to be doing better in terms of his shooting. He still misses a lot, but he doesn't have those disastrous shootings like he had in the previous years. So it's interesting. Um, we know these cross country skiers, they they have a hard time learning to shoot. I don't even know anything about this. I mean, when do these people start learning to shoot? Do they start when they're kids, when they're teenagers? I'll have to look into that. So total course time. Campbell Wright was the fastest. That's so interesting. Fabian Claude. I don't believe that. Maybe that's why he's been shooting poorly. Actually, he wasn't shooting well last year either, but I'm surprised with the ski speed. Pero as well. He used to shoot well last year, but the ski speed was not there. Now he suddenly found a new gear. Samuelson was only fourth, despite that amazing battle with Button. So Button may have also been a little tired because he pushed so much in the previous two races. That could be something. Samuelson still is very strong. Ponsilona was 5. Jacomel, pretty good, pretty good. Jacomel is fast, man. Ah, Jacquemin, il a été rapide. He was fast. This race, interesting. Diomaye, I think he would have been faster, but he really went slow and steady there at the end. He knew he had the win in the bag, so I think he would have been higher in the top, maybe even in the top 5. Yes. What was like with 28 seconds? Interesting. I did, but I think he didn't push either at the end. This guy confirms the ski speed, but shooting is not there. Bolton. So turns out he wasn't this next reincarnation of early Ligred with the shooting, but we'll see how it goes. Although pretty fast despite the 5 misses. Anything else was worth checking out here? Navrat, he's not very fast, but he has. I saw an interview in German television with him and talked about some inventions to new tweaks to his rifle. I was skeptical, but he does look to be shooting better. But he'll need to run faster if he's to be a contender. All right. The Horn ended up in the 20th place. So this was an amazing opening stage of the season without Johannes. Thing is, Bo, everything is up for grabs. Who will be the biathlon throne occupier? I'm actually always more interested in who wins the World Cup rather than the World Championships or even the Olympics. So let's see after this first stage what are the standings. Here we go. The women's. Suvi is first. Interesting. with the first and second place. I don't remember what she did on the individual, but it must have been good also. I should check it out though. Where is she? Yeah, she was 15. I expected better, but yeah, 191 points. Magnussen. Huh, interesting. And she's not very far away. 174. Bene Camille. That's interesting. See where good shooting gets you? Lisa Tereshauser is there. Dorothea Beer is there. Kirkaide, she's kind of she flies under the radar, but look at this, she's sixth. She's still young. Okay. Elvira eighth. Pitozzi just 10th. And Hannah 11th. Jean Monod 9th. So yeah, she wants to be a contender. She'll have to pick it up. I mean, a contender like last year. Ella. Who else do I need to mention here? Where is Justine? Justine, 33rd, only 28 points. Ah, that's painful. That's painful. All right. Lisa Tereshauser, could she have? Maybe she didn't care these last 2 seasons, and now she decided. She's 31. She decided she's gonna make a run for it. Or maybe the Olympics inspired her to get into better form. But I must say, I'm quite surprised by her ski speed, even her shooting. I mean, she has shot well 2-3 years ago, but not so much in the last 2 years. All right, let's see the men's. It's gonna be a good season. I can't wait for it to unfold. Men's total score. Come on, man. I have to close this. What happened? Close. Maybe I need to refresh. Yeah, this website sometimes. So, Bottom is of course first, but that's a large difference. Look at this, 55 points from Samuelson. Samuelson is second, rightfully so. Fiona third, close third. Interesting. Yeah, Samuelson hasn't won a race, but he's been there, so it's gonna be interesting. Like, where it's just, I mean, he's actually higher than I thought he would be. Fifth. Jacomel is there. They're all also. I'm not even mentioning the Norwegians. That's just a given. All of them. Navrat is 10th. Interesting. The Germans need to push to get into the top 10. Campbell Wright. I expect him to be higher. Yes, so it's gonna be a good fight. I wonder if Bolton can actually keep it up. I wonder if Yomaye will. I mean, I hope he'll fight for the World Cup more than he fights for the Olympics, actually. So yeah, I want to see him as the winner of the World Cup again. It's gonna be a good fight. We'll see how it all develops. Can't wait for the next round. It's gonna be next weekend. In Hockfield. in Hochfilzen, Austria. So yeah, will be a good one. All right, I'll leave it at that, and I'll make another review after the next stage. See you later. This was Biathlon, where winter is won and spring is coming.